Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, Laura Afonso, here live at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center for GoLocal Prob, and I hope that you brought your appetites with you today because we have a lot of yummy, delicious food in the studio and so many exciting new things happening with all four of our guests today. So very first, I'd like to welcome Chef Angie. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it. From Blackie's Bulldog Tavern in Smithfield, Rhode Island. Really, really fantastic, creative dishes that I really admire. Everything sounds so innovative, and I really can't wait to hear all about the food that you brought with you today. But first, I want to hear about yourself. So your background, just what we want to know about Chef Angie.
Okay. I grew up in the Midwest. I grew up right outside of Chicago.
Okay.
I came here to go to Johnson & Wales, and I never left.
I know, Rhode Island will kind of suck you in like that. They'll grab you and never let you go.
It's the people.
Yeah. No, it's the salt water too.
For sure.
That'll do it. So Chicago, you must be like a pizza specialist.
I'm pretty good at pizza, and I can find my way around a good hot dog or two as well.
Okay, I could believe that.
Yeah,
awesome.
for sure.
Yes.
My partner and I bought Blackie's Bulldog Tavern 7 years ago.
Okay.
And we just celebrated our 7th anniversary this past week on the 1st.
Thank you very much. Exciting. So did you have a party to celebrate?
We did. We usually do a champagne toast with the whole staff, and then we'll get everyone together to celebrate.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, working together as a team really becomes a family at that point.
Well, and it's just as much their journey as it is ours.
Yeah, definitely. Sure. They're really invested.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Okay, so you went to Johnson & Wales. Rhode Island kind of caught you and kept you here. You opened Blackie's, and it's been a great success.
It has been a great success.
Yes.
It's been a lot of hard work, but it certainly has been a great success. And it has evolved tremendously over the past 3 or 4 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, what were you doing before Blackie's?
I was doing everything before Blackie's. I was the corporate executive chef for the Pinelli Mara restaurant group for 12 years.
Okay.
So I opened 5 of their 7 restaurants for them. So I had a lot of experience opening restaurants and going here, there, and everywhere, kind of trying to troubleshoot and give my best.
Yeah, I think that the actual act of opening a restaurant is just such, a huge to-do. It's very different from just running a kitchen or running a restaurant, because actually opening it requires so much involvement.
Well, you have a clean slate, right? So you have a clean slate to make your mark and do things right, and you're always worried that you're going to make a mistake and lose that opportunity.
Learn from those mistakes
of
here
course.
and there. Of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Now, congratulations to you, because you're an award-winning chef. Multiple Best of Rhode Island awards, the Oliviato International Chef Quest Award, and most recently, the Rhode Island Hospitality Award. So congratulations to you. Really.
Thank you.
So how does that feel? All of your hard work being paid off and acknowledged by all of these awards.
It feels amazing, but it mostly feels amazing for our staff and our team at Blackie's, because they have really worked super hard over the last 7 years supporting us and being just as passionate and enthusiastic about our brand as we are. That's why we have the opportunity to do what we do every day.
Definitely.
So it's nice for them to be able to have that award.
Absolutely. Of course, you are the chef. You're putting together all of this creative work. But, I always say that it takes a team to build everything. So you really have that support staff to really push you to these great heights.
We do. They're amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what you brought with you today to eat.
Okay. So we bring some things decadent and some things to make you feel not so bad.
Okay, that's what I like. Balance.
Balance.
Balance
is clutch.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So first off, we have cheeseburger rangoons, and they are little pockets of cheeseburger goodness.
Cheeseburger rangoons. I hope that everyone heard that correctly, because the first time
right?
I heard it, I was like, wait a second. So what exactly do we have wrapped up in this little delicious bite?
So everything is in there. We use exclusively LaFreda beef at Blackie's.
Beautiful.
And we've got the delicious beef in there with the tomato from a burger, lettuce, pickles, mustard, ketchup.
How do you fit it all in this little bite?
I know. And we have this
gosh.
delicious dill pickle cheddar cheese that we're able to bring in, and we make this awesome filling. And when you bite into it, it's the perfect bite of a cheeseburger.
When I bite into a cheeseburger, the tomato slides off over here. There's a pickle back here, so you can't get everything
sliding
wrapped up in one bite. But this is like the ultimate, like everything that you love about a cheeseburger wrapped up in a cute little bow. I just love it. And so what's the sauce that we put on top?
This is our special sauce.
Special sauce.
Yeah, which is
so
like
what makes it so special?
It's just everything that you want it to be on a burger.
Oh,
it's
gosh.
that gooey goodness, like that Big Mac kind of esque
Okay,
sauce.
I see where you're going with this.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's just checking off all of the boxes.
Yep.
Definitely.
Mhm.
And so this one is really catching my eye because these shrimp are just gigantic.
They're so delicious
Yeah.
too. That's my favorite dish. On a Sunday night when it's time for a cheat meal, I want to eat those shrimp, and it's hard for me not to eat them every Sunday.
Oh my gosh, I know. I can't
Yeah.
imagine when you're cooking and you're constantly around food. It's just easy to grab a fry from, you know, the basket.
tough.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So this is our garlicky surf and turf fried rice.
Okay.
So we slice cloves of garlic super, super thin, and we infuse them into the oil very super slowly, so they never are crispy or crunchy, and they never get that metallic, bitter
Right.
taste. So the oil is infused with the garlic, and then we add the rice, and we have this delicious, unctuous flavor below, and then you've got crispy, crunchy shrimp, which who doesn't love that?
Always.
With some steak tips, also La Freda beef, that we spice with a Szechuan dry rub.
Oh, nice.
And then we just drizzle it with a little gochujang sticky sauce.
Okay.
I know that's like
Gochujang.
kind of
sticky
hard to
sauce.
say.
So-
Gochujang sticky
so
sauce.
what kind of sauce is that?
It's a
Like, what flavor
Korean
is it
chili
bringing?
paste base
Okay.
that we add mirin wine, ginger, garlic, a little bit of honey too, to
Okay.
make it that quintessential sweet and savory thing going
Yeah,
on.
so it really has all the flavors wrapped up really nicely. You have the pops of garlic, but it's not too overwhelming.
Exactly.
You have sweet, spicy, tangy, crunchy, and tender.
Yep.
So
and then
it's
you've
like
got
the
the
ideal
brightness
dish.
from the cilantro and the
Yeah.
scallions, and a little heat from chilies that we pickle in house at Blackie's.
So you pickle them in
We do.
house. That makes all the
We
difference.
do pretty
Yeah.
much everything in house.
Doesn't need to
at
come out of a
Blackie's.
jar.
No, it
You know,
doesn't.
you can make it yourself and you can make it better.
Yep.
Absolutely delicious. So this is your go-to cheat meal.
That is my go-to cheat meal for sure.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
talk about that. Cheat meals, especially like we were saying, it's really easy to kind of get caught up when you're in the kitchen. You're constantly around food.
Yep.
You just want to kind of snack on things. So it's easy to kind of get lost in that.
It is.
So you are really big into fitness, and you actually have a clean living section of your menu, or you've
We do.
incorporated clean living into your food.
And it evolved from exactly that. 4 or 5 years ago, I was feeling really lethargic and not the best version of myself.
Yeah.
And I just felt overall crappy.
Yeah,
And I
it's-
wanted to do something to change it. I was sick of feeling that way. So I literally woke up one day and decided to change it, and that was it. I haven't looked back since. I mean, granted, I have my moments. I have my
course.
cheat meals. I
Yeah,
have my
we all have
moments
to.
that I fall off the wagon, but then I pick myself back up and I
Yep.
get back on.
It's all
'cause
about
important.
commitment.
Yeah.
Yep. You know, once you really commit to something and you say, I'm no longer living this way.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you can stick to it, and like you said,
It's a choice.
It's, you know, if you have a cheat meal here and there, you can't be so strict to something that you don't allow yourself, you know, a bite
Yep.
of dessert or something like that. It really is, you know, all about balance.
100%.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the clean living menu at Blackie's evolved from my partner and I starting to eat clean. And we would bring our reserves of things that I cooked at home to the restaurant, or maybe I
Yeah.
cooked a few things that were clean, and regular customers would see us at the bar at the end of the night or a table eating something that they didn't necessarily recognize from the menu.
You're like, that looks good. It
Yeah.
smells good. I want it. Where is it?
So we started to get all these questions.
Yeah.
And little by little, I started adding a lot of great healthy options to the menu. And I started to spend just as much time creating the healthy menu as I did the other menu, the house menu as we call it at Blackie's. And now we have 2 full menus. One is all clean living options.
That's amazing.
It is pretty amazing.
It really
I'm gonna
is.
take that.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Brandon, it's amazing. I mean, I really think that it says a lot when you're going out to eat. It's so easy to kind of just order something that's got butter and cheese and all of those really indulgent, delicious things that we all love about tasty food. But it's easy to get carried away with that. And personally, I go out to eat all of the time. And, you know, sometimes I just want to go out and have something fresh and something that's not going to make
Yeah.
me feel weighed down.
Yep,
So
definitely.
it's awesome to know that, you know, you have a menu that, yes, of course you have cheeseburger bites, but you also have things that are a little bit fresher and lighter and, you know, are going to make you feel good.
And they're allergen friendly. We do a huge gluten-free population at Blackie's. Now we have
Yeah.
dairy-free, and we have vegan, and we have keto dishes. And it really has continued to evolve with the times, with the customer base, with what everyone is eating now, what they want to eat.
Absolutely.
So we have something for everyone, and I'm proud of that.
You should be proud of that. I know. I think that it's really impressive. I know that we have a news editor here who is definitely going to
kind of hear in the background,
yeah, I hear
hooting
some
and hollering
excitement
over gluten-free.
Gluten-free.
Yeah.
But so many people have these limitations, whether you have celiac, whether you're vegan, vegetarian, and you're so limited when you go out to eat a lot of the time. So it's nice that you can find Solstice and all of these delicious, and it really goes farther than that to say it's not just, okay, well, you're a vegetarian, well, you can have a salad. Like, no, you can have so many
or a
other
veggie
things.
burger out of a box.
Exactly. No, and you're sick. I'm sure they're sick and tired of hearing that too.
Well, because at Blackie's, it's about the experience.
Right.
We want everyone to have a lovely dining experience with whoever they come to us with.
Yeah.
So if a family comes in and you have a child that has celiacs, or mom has an issue with dairy, we have nut allergy issues, whatever that means to you and your family, we have something for you. We can provide you with a dining experience where everyone can get the same awesome experience out of it at the end. They have their own menu to order from and choose from.
Right.
There's lots of choices, and nobody feels like they're the outcast.
They're left out.
Yeah.
Right. Well, everybody else gets to enjoy all this really delicious looking food, and I'm stuck with
Exactly.
something that's not.
I can have
on
this
par, right?
or that.
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, what is this pizza here?
So we now have 4 different versions of pizza at Blackie's.
Awesome.
And this happens to be a paleo pizza. So this is a grain-free crust made with tapioca, a little coconut flour. We do thinly sliced eggplant with our house herby oil. We roast the eggplant. We make a plum tomato San Marzano pomodoro sauce, and we use that on the bottom, of course. We bring in an almond milk cheese, and then we garnish it on top with a little nutritional yeast and some fresh basil. Again, we pickle, so these are the spicy version, pickled jalapenos.
Yeah.
These are just pickled baby chilies. We put these on every pizza.
Amazing. So would you go as far to say that this is the guilt-free pizza?
It's pretty damn guilt-free.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna take that and run with it and say it's guilt-free. So
Okay.
if I eat the whole thing, I'm not gonna feel as bad.
No, you won't.
Okay.
You definitely won't.
Yes. Now, another big part of who you are as a chef is Chef's Table. So can you tell me a little bit about what it is and what you put so much energy into?
So I launched a blog, and you know what that's like.
Absolutely.
And it's right in its beginning stages still. I certainly isn't perfected, but it's something I'm passionate about wholeheartedly. And it's just a look into the life of a chef. What I do on my time off, how I spend my time, how I balance my life, what I'm inspired by, what I think about, whatever, wait times or customer complaints or what I'm passionate about right now in this specific season, what drives me, what fuels me. And I'm enjoying it so far. I really am. It's nice to have somewhere to talk about the whole picture, and it's not just about being a chef in a restaurant.
Absolutely, because you're so much more than that.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And I think it's really great. I was looking at it, checking it out, and what you write about is so personal to you, but also very relatable to so many people. Yep. So for anyone who is in the food and beverage industry, whether you work in the kitchen, front or back of the house, you can read something and be like, oh, I've totally experienced something like that. But for those of you who aren't involved in food and beverage, it is really, really interesting to kind of get a sneak peek into the life of a chef, or what it's like to be working in a restaurant, especially one that's so busy that you do such high volume. It's a whole animal that so many people have never been exposed to. So if it's something that you're interested in, or maybe you've gone out to eat and you're like, wow, I wonder what it's like to be back of the house right now.
I'll tell you.
You can really read about it on Chef's Table, and I think it's going to give a lot of people some really great insight.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Now, I really think it's interesting because so many chefs are male in the food and beverage industry.
Still.
But exactly. And you are an award-winning female chef. So how does that feel, or what kind of advice might you give to some up-and-coming female chefs?
I would give the same advice to any up-and-coming chef, male or female. Keep your head down, work hard, and believe that you can achieve whatever it is you want to do based on hard work.
Absolutely. It's
100%.
all work ethic.
Yep. There were plenty of mentors in my career in the beginning, both men and women. I definitely had some strong female mentors, and I try to take that experience that I'm grateful and thankful for, and I try to now spread that into my staff as a way of giving back to them the same gift I was given, for sure. And I have a kitchen full of women. which
Great.
makes me pretty proud.
And you should be.
And the guys are all right too.
Yeah, they're
we'll
pretty
take
good
them.
too.
We'll
Awesome.
take them.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for bringing all of this really delicious food. Can't wait to kind of dig into a little bit of everything. And please, can you also tell us where we can follow you on social media for both Blackie's and for Chef's Table?
You can follow us at Blackie's Bulldog Tavern and Chef's Table on Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Chef Angie.
Thank you so much.
And don't go anywhere because we have Chef Matt from Cara coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning back in. We are live here at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center. And for my second guest, I have Chef Matt. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, no, thank you.
Yes, so we are coming from Cara, the new restaurant that was implemented over the summer in July at the Chandler Hotel.
Yes.
So before we get started talking about all of these new and exciting changes happening in Newport, can I hear a little bit about yourself, your background, and your experiences as a chef?
Absolutely. So I started working in restaurants the day I turned 14. I was a dishwasher right away. I don't think I was even out of 8th grade yet when I started working.
Right to work.
Yes, yes. And it would always been just a summer job, something I would do. And then I slowly got into cooking. In the summer before my senior year of high school, I went to work at a upscale place nearby that had European chefs there. And it was there that I was first introduced to fine dining and the kind of work that it goes into that. And so I was really intrigued by it. Decided before I went to college that I wanted to pursue this as a career. My parents talked me into going in 1 year of college, which I did. And then after that 1 year, I still was, dead set on becoming a chef.
Yeah.
And so we changed paths, went to culinary school and at Kendall College in Chicago, and then stayed in Chicago for about 10 years all totaled, working around different places. And then one day decided I was done with winter and picked up and went to Las Vegas and spent 14 years out there doing a bunch of different things. My first job in town was actually being the personal chef of Steve Wynn, which was a good way to get introduced to the Las Vegas community.
Of course.
And then, worked with Michael Mina at his restaurants in both the Bellagio and Aria. Worked at the Eiffel Tower restaurant in the Eiffel Tower.
Yes.
Was part of the opening team of Joel Robuchon's restaurant when he came to town in 2005. And really just spent the last 4.5 years before I'm moving here at the Venetian as a chef de cuisine, doing a bunch of different things.
So you have experience working at like some really big name restaurants, working with really impressive chefs.
Yes.
So you really built your career, a lot of it, while you were out in Vegas.
Oh, absolutely. It was there that I always say that my career seems to be like, pre-Robuchon and post-Robuchon. It was really opening Robuchon that really took us all to task in terms of working really hard, being flawless from day one, and the team that had assembled to be a part of that opening was probably one of the best culinary teams I'd ever worked with. There were guys moving from all over the country and even the world to come be a part of that team, and it was a really special experience, and we learned a lot together, and we performed really well together.
Absolutely. And I'm sure that being there, you were able to take those skills that are completely priceless and able to carry it throughout the rest of your career.
Oh, absolutely. From the speed and the accuracy and the timing and the precision, which we had to, every detail of every plate had to be
meticulous,
flawless, and just bringing that sort of work ethic and attention to detail, and knowing that you can execute table after table, day after day, week after week, month after month. Just knowing that it's possible to work in that type of environment, has been something that's stayed with me. And there's probably more than any single menu item or technique. It's really the feeling of accomplishment and unity as a team that really was probably the most influential factor of that experience.
Wow. So it really had a big impact on you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Definitely.
Great.
So you spent 14 years in Las Vegas, and then you left warm, sunny West Coast and came out to chilly Rhode Island.
Yes.
When did you get here?
In January. I had been contacted by a recruiter, and I probably went through the first 2 or 3 conversations with the recruiter with only mentioning Newport and not being from Rhode Island or anything like that. I thought we were talking about California at first.
Oh my gosh.
And so it was a couple conversations into the process that I actually heard of Newport, Rhode Island, and I had never been here or heard of it or done anything. So I flew out here last December, got to see the place, met the owners, and the owner is an amazing person, and so it was, and the space is beautiful. The kitchen is great. The kitchen's is the same size as our dining room, which is a rarity in this business.
Usually you have like a little closet space for a kitchen.
Yeah. So
you have to spread out a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what we can do and how we can work, I think, is really, really great. And so, it was just a great opportunity to kind of take all of the skills that I'd worked on over the beginning stages of my career and bring it all to the Chandler and kind of show it all off a little bit.
Definitely. You're definitely going to want to show off.
Yes.
Absolutely.
A little bit.
Yes. Now, how are you feeling your transition is coming from Vegas to Rhode Island?
It's going well. It's different. I mean, the pace is different. The size and the scale of everything is different,
right.
and I think that's probably just making those adjustments. The seasons here are a little bit different. When my first Valentine's Day here this February, I was used to Valentine's Day being like 85 and sunny and kind of writing a menu that reflected that, and instead I had to write a different style of menu because it just feels different here.
To incorporate heartwarming, cozy dishes that really made you feel good and warm, rather than like luscious, like outdoor dining.
Right.
Yeah, very different.
And a lighter meal so people can continue on into the evening.
Yeah, of course, definitely. So tell me a little bit about the Chandler. If you have never visited the Chandler in Newport before, it is an absolutely gorgeous historic building right on the Newport Cliff Walk, and they definitely incorporate a lot of culture and color and vibrancy into all of their 20 rooms as well as their dining experience.
Yeah, the property itself is stunning. It's located right on the ocean. All of our rooms are decorated differently, which I think is a great feature of the hotel. I oftentimes say that it's almost like a Cirque du Soleil show, where wherever your attention is focused, that's kind of the show you see. So you could go to a circus show, we can sit next to each other and both have our attention in different places as the show progresses, and then at the end we haven't quite seen the same show, but we've had a bit of a shared experience. And I liken the hotel to that, where guests are all staying on property, but because of the difference in decor and room layout and everything like that, their interaction with the property is all a little bit different. And we try to tie all that together with food and beverage. And so we have 2 restaurants there. We have the cafe, which is a little bit more casual restaurant with a Mediterranean / New England style menu. And then we have Cara, which is a little bit more of a refined experience that definitely pulls on some French influence in the menu design and stuff like that. Much more much more strongly. So
Definitely.
So yeah.
So you have a lovely tasting menu
Yes.
that you work with at Cara. So
Yes.
can you tell me a little bit about what you can find on the tasting and what kind of options customers might have?
Yes. Well, we have two tasting menus. The more popular one is called Plunge, and it's your more traditional. We named it Plunge because it's the one where you kind of just go into it and leave yourself open to a few new experiences along the way. It starts off with a scallop appetizer that incorporates avocado and cucumber, which are two things that I think are really delicious together. Then we go into a more decadent risotto with oysters and caviar, and then go into skate wing, which there's a ton of skate in the waters out here, and fishermen catch it all the time, but people don't eat it very often. So I find that a lot of our diners haven't really had skate before, and so we're proud to serve that with a little bit of a citrus butter and a purple potato puree.
Nice.
Then we move into squab with pickled blackberries and squab confit and a foie gras emulsion, and then we finish it next with a Wagyu ribeye with a celery root gratin and sweetbreads and a black truffle sauce. And then this is actually the final course of that menu. We call it Collide because when you take a plunge, the eventual conclusion is that you collide with something. And so it's roasted apples with an apple cider syrup. We have a sunflower seed streusel, butter pastry crust, whipped brie cheese, and a rum foam. And it as you eat it, you'll find taste memories of like apple pie and things like that. We actually added the cheese to the dish because I grew up in Wisconsin, and back home my dad would always eat apple pie with a piece of cheddar cheese melted over the top. So we wanted to kind of incorporate that element into the dish, and so it's just kind of a fun way to be where we are, but also pay a little respect to childhood and things like that. So.
Absolutely. I like that you were able to put your own personal touch, something from your own experiences. You're nostalgic, putting it on the plate. And what I love about this is, fine dining, it's not solely about the taste, it's also about the presentation. This looks absolutely incredible. It looks like a piece of art. And you're able to really get a whole lot of different components and flavor profiles into the dish, so you're able to kind of scoop it all up into one bite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
This is beautiful. And like you were saying about a chef's tasting, you're able to expose yourself to different kind of experiences which you may not have had access to before.
Right.
So many Rhode Islanders, if we have lots of skate here in the waters, if you haven't had it before, it's a great time to experience that when you may have missed out on it before.
Right, absolutely. It's a delicious fish. I love it, and it's got a unique texture. It has definitely a distinct flavor. I like the fact that it actually tastes like something, and really kind of stands out and forms a taste memory in your head. It's something that you won't forget for a while. So,
Definitely.
So yeah.
Awesome. So with the upcoming holidays, we've got Christmas and New Year's right around the corner. It's going to sneak up on us before we know it, like it does every year.
Yes.
So what are we celebrating at the Chandler and at Cara?
Well, for Christmas, we're offering a special version of our tasting menu. We're actually calling it Celebrate.
Awesome.
So we take plunge off the menu for the day and replace it with Celebrate, and that one's going to feature capon, king crab, Wagyu beef. I mean, a lot of the things that people would associate with a celebration, and then we'll be straight into New Year's Eve. And for New Year's Eve, we're doing two seatings. We're doing one from 5 until 6, and we're offering a 6-course menu for that seating. And then between 8 and 9, we're offering a menu we're calling Revel, and that one is a little bit of an overtop. Starts with caviar, carries on with foie gras, and real Japanese Wagyu beef throughout the meal. And then after that, we're doing a champagne toast at midnight with music by the Brian Scott Band in our cafe area, and we're doing a half-hour past hors d'oeuvres from midnight to 12:30.
Very nice.
So people have a few things to snack on as they get the new year started. So this will be a lot of fun, and we look forward to seeing everybody there for that. So.
Absolutely. That sounds like a great way to celebrate Christmas or to ring in the new year. Glasses of champagne, caviar, king crab. I don't know about you, but that's how I celebrate.
Right. Oh, I do too. Yeah.
Definitely. It sounds like a beautiful time. And of course, diners at Cara experience sweeping ocean views, floor-to-ceiling windows. So the views are just unbeatable.
Yes, yeah, it's stunning. I mean, Thanksgiving was super cold, but one of the best things about Thanksgiving this year was that the sun was out. I mean, the view out into the ocean was absolutely amazing. And if you hadn't known it was as cold out as it was, you'd think it was a beautiful day, but it was bitter cold.
It fooled you.
On Thanksgiving this
But we
year.
were warm
Yes,
inside,
yes,
having
yes,
delicious
absolutely.
food. Absolutely.
So.
Yes. Well, if you haven't gotten a chance to yet, please think about checking out Kara at the Chandler Hotel. Absolutely beautiful experiences all around.
Great. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me,
All right,
Chef Matt.
thank you.
I appreciate it. And don't go anywhere because we have our third guest coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning back in. We are live here at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center with our third guest from Mare Rooftop, a fairly new development right here in Providence. Thank you so much for joining us today, Victoria.
Hi, I'm
I really
Victoria.
appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. We're so excited to be here.
Yes, definitely. So Mare opened up beginning of the summer in May.
Yep.
And you really brought something new and fresh to Providence. A rooftop that is, offering sweeping views of the Providence River of the East Side, in a really fantastic dining experience. So tell me a little bit about yourself before we get started on the restaurant, and your background and your involvement at the restaurant.
Sure, of course. So I'm the assistant general manager at Mare Rooftop. I'm a recent college graduate, actually. Awesome. I just spent the past 2 years studying abroad in Sydney, Australia, which was so amazing.
Yes, and they have a fantastic food scene.
Oh my
in
goodness,
Australia, but
yes.
specifically in Sydney. So you must have really
the food
been
there
able
was
to
out of this
indulge.
world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm super excited to be here now. I deal with a lot of the event coordinating, marketing, digital marketing, all PR involvement in front of the house. Yeah.
Awesome. So you must wear a lot of hats.
A lot of hats.
Yes, definitely. I'm sure that you're running laps around the restaurant.
Oh, yes.
Definitely. They're keeping you busy for sure. So tell me a little bit about the restaurant and what makes it so special.
Yeah, so I think what makes it so special is there's really nothing over here like it. I mean, I love to say that when you're on the rooftop, it really feels like for a second you forget you're in Rhode Island almost.
It's kind of transporting you somewhere else.
And even the look of our restaurant, the atmosphere inside, the ambiance, it's so modern, it's so
sleek.
Yeah, sleek. Yeah, it's really something special.
Absolutely. Now, a rooftop bar, you think, of course, we're going to enjoy it throughout the spring and summer and even into the fall a little bit.
Exactly.
But once winter comes, you're like, oh, well, I can't be outside.
Well, what now?
Right?
Yeah.
So you actually have an enclosement where you can still be able to enjoy the views from the top of the building and still be, kept warm. And not be out with
so
lots of
that's the thing. People always assume, obviously, rooftop, summer, But where our dining room is actually fully enclosed, which is so amazing.
Yeah.
And you have views of the city from all angles. And we're super excited, as I mentioned to you earlier, about how we're going to utilize our rooftop space, the outdoor decks for the winter as well.
Yes, so this is some really exciting news that Mari has recently told us about.
Yeah,
so, you know, you have that extra outdoor space that's not enclosed, and you know that you don't want to let that go to waste, you know, in these cold winter months.
Yeah.
So what are you going to be doing with that space this winter?
Yeah, so we're so excited to announce we've actually transformed one of our roof decks into a winter wonderland, I like to say.
Goodness.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We have the igloos at Mari Rooftop, so we have 5 luxurious igloos. They each fit, I would say, like 10 to 12 guests per igloo.
So you can have a little party in
Yeah,
there.
you can totally have a little party in there.
Yeah.
And it's super nice because you have the opportunity to mingle with other guests, or if you'd prefer to reserve your own, you can also do that. For a lot of people have been doing that for holiday parties. We already have bookings. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Now, is there a separate menu or anything
There
special about the
is.
eating and drinking in the igloos?
Yeah, so for the igloos, we have an exclusive igloo menu, and we offer certain hot specialty drinks. For example, the spiked salted caramel hot chocolate.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so good.
That sounds like
It's
winter in a
amazing,
mug.
right?
Yes.
And then we also have our full raw bar that's offered outside on the menu. We have our entire pizza menu. We also have specific desserts out there and other little snacks.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you can, you know, nosh and have a little bites here
Exactly.
and there. Drink some hot chocolate. Really stay nice and cozy. I really want to experience an igloo when it's snowing.
Oh,
I think that
right?
would be really special.
So remember how we had that first snowfall? What was it? A few weeks ago now?
Yeah.
It was so beautiful just watching because the glass ceiling, just seeing the snow come down on there. It was so beautiful.
It's magical. It really is.
It really is.
A winter wonderland.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's definitely something that I personally can't wait to check out, the igloos Mari Rooftop. But in addition, I want to hear about what you're serving for food.
Yeah.
Of course. Now, you just brought on Chef Jules, and I want to hear about how he's changing and updating the menu.
Yeah. So we're so excited to have Jules Ramos in our kitchen. I mean, he has over 25 years of experience. I mean, you've probably heard his name before, Cafe Novo.
Of course.
10 Prime and Steakhouse, 1149. He's been all over.
Yeah.
But what makes him so special is his passion for his career. He truly loves what he does, and it shows. I mean,
Shines right
it
through.
really does. He is, I don't know, he's just an expert. He really is.
Definitely.
So he's making huge changes to our menu. We just recently began serving brunch, which is to die for. You have to come in for brunch.
I need to.
Yeah.
Definitely. Brunch in the city is like a thing to do. It's like an event.
It really
I knock out
is.
time on my Sundays to make sure
To go to brunch.
Nothing between the hours of 11 and 2 because that is designated brunch time.
It is.
Yes. So you brought a couple of dishes with you today.
Yeah.
So what on the topic of brunch, why don't you tell me about what we have on the plate here?
So this is one of my favorites.
Oh my
This is our
gosh.
French toast dish. It is drizzled in Nutella. We have candied pecans. We have strawberries, bananas. It's amazing. Worth every calorie.
Definitely. And it's a good sized dish, too.
It is,
yeah,
yes.
It's not, no little skimpy
No.
pieces
We
of
don't mess
bread.
around.
No, this is like nice thick cut. It's, you know, gooey chocolate and nuts and fruit, you know, really hitting all of my sweet boxes
Exactly.
on the breakfast menu. And, you know, I think that the best part about brunch is that you can have sweet, you can have savory, you can have lunch or breakfast.
Yeah.
The best of both worlds.
Yeah.
But I personally always go with something sweet.
Me
You know,
too.
either pancakes or French toast. So this would be probably my go-to. A little chocolate and a little bit of syrup.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And now, what is this beautiful sandwich that we have lined up over
So
here?
this masterpiece is called the Chicken on Everything.
Chicken on everything.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we partnered with Providence Bagels. We love supporting the community. We're all about taking in local businesses, getting
Absolutely.
everything, you know, fresh sources,
course.
local. And so we're using their bagels.
Love Providence Bagels.
I love Providence
You know, they're
Bagels
great.
too.
Mhm.
So that is their everything bagel. And in the Chicken on Everything, we have grilled chicken, avocado, applewood smoked bacon, sliced tomatoes.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it really has everything that you're looking for. It's a big sandwich, it's nice and hearty, so it's going to really kill any hunger that you have.
Definitely don't wear the lipstick when you're eating
Oh,
it.
no, you'll end up having it all down your chin.
all over your face.
Absolutely. Awesome. So can you tell me a little bit about where we can find Mari on social media?
Yeah,
and that way
of
we can
course.
follow any kind of updates with the igloos.
Well, that's the thing.
Everything that's going on.
Yeah, we're throwing out more updates tonight. This evening we'll have our full igloo menu online. So you can find us on Facebook at Mari Rooftop. Find us on Instagram at Mari Rooftop, and you can also visit our website online at marirooftop.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So make sure you all check it out. Get involved this holiday spirit and check out the igloos and really have a nice cozy cup of hot cocoa.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
We'd love to see you.
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining me today,
of course.
Victoria. I
Thank you
really
for
appreciate
having me, Mari.
it. And don't go anywhere because we'll be right back with our fourth and final guest. Thanks so much for tuning back in. We are live here at the Navigate Credit Union Broadcast Center with our fourth guest, Chef Alan from Lecker Barbecue. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So we're so excited to welcome Lecker to the Providence food scene. You just opened up right on Atwells Ave in historic Federal Hill.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, we grand opening in November 11th at the 11 o'clock. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Lots to celebrate there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We did.
Yes. So before we start talking about the restaurant, can I hear a little bit about yourself and your background and how you came to start Lecker?
All right. Yep. My name is Alan Tran. So I graduated from Johnson Wales, and after graduate, I moved to the New York, stay for a while, but still do business. Even like I go to the companies, I always like the related with the food. Then, during the part times, I did most of the order positions from busboys, waitress,
Right.
yeah, waiters. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the bartenders and line cooks. So now, yeah, finally I open my own a business. So yeah, the only reason I choose a Providence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I graduated here, and we know a lot of the nice restaurant in Providence. So I try to let them prove we are also one of the nice restaurant too. So
Definitely. I think that you've got lots of to offer to Providence.
yes.
Absolutely. Awesome. So tell me a little bit about Lecker, what kind of food we can find on the menu, and you're really being innovative. You have something that we can't find anywhere in the whole country. So not just the state of Rhode Island, you are nationwide with this.
Yes.
Yes.
A kind of the lekker. Lekker is the Afrikaans, also is a Dutch. The one is different spellings. Lekker is a Dutch. So the meaning of the lekker is tasty, nice, great, and fun.
Oh, all of the things I want when I go out to eat.
Yes. So that is also like we are doing like a Japanese traditional, like a seiro mushi.
Okay, so can you tell me about what that is? Because I think it's very interesting. I heard all about it,
Sure.
and you're doing it.
All right, so like the seiro mushi is a Japanese. Seiro is like this wood steamers. Mushi is a steam cookings. So that is what the name comes from.
Okay.
And we are the first and the only one, as I know, in United States right now. So
Doing this kind of cooking.
yes.
Amazing. So it's all steamed, meats, vegetables of the sorts, and it's pretty healthy to have it cooked that
Yeah,
way.
it's healthiest way to, like the steam is like a healthiest way to cook.
Yes.
So we also using for that benefits, we only using like 100% like a prime beef. So
Right.
prime is like the highest quality available in United States right now.
Right.
So like the less than 2% of the, I think, yeah, less than 2% is served like a process for like the American customers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only 2%. So we are the one of.
Yes. Makes it all the more special.
Yes.
Definitely. So you're using high quality beef, really great vegetables. So it's really, top notch.
Yeah. Also like for the vegetables, you mentioned it. So we have like up to 20 different type of the vegetables. It's also including egg and like a tofu, and we also have like a homemade rice cakes.
Oh, wow.
So, but all the rest of the other vegetables, we wash with like the washing chemicals to, we like put like a more attention free from like a pesticides and the
Right.
farm chemicals.
Yes.
So as my personal, I food lovers, like I love to cook, I love to eat. So,
Yes.
but I couldn't like the choice I couldn't say like all of them, but like most of the restaurants, we couldn't like the eating like a salad. We don't know how they like process or how they wash it.
Right.
So that's why, yeah, I just like promise myself, whenever we open my restaurants, I try to do like my best to free from like those kinds of things.
Right. So when you're opening your own restaurant, you're in charge. You're making all the decisions. So you're in control of, what kind of vegetables you're using, what kind of quality of meats you're using. Are you using vegetables that have pesticides? So you're able to kind of cut out all of those things that you don't want to use in your business and only
Exactly.
offer the best. That's, of
Yes.
course, what you're going for.
Yes.
Yes.
So
So let's talk about a little bit what you brought with you today.
sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm going to go ahead and open this up.
Absolutely.
Really, really cool.
So this is gonna be 100% prime beef, short ribs.
Beef. Oh my gosh.
So
That's amazing. And it's thinly sliced and it's all layered.
So yeah, the reason why we didn't like cook, so we don't have we have like at our restaurant we have like a table side. We cooking like a table size.
Oh, okay.
So you can see everything. Everything is fresh. Everything
Yeah.
like a plain. So for the vegetarians, you only can choose. Yeah, you also can choose this.
Tilt it up
yeah,
a little bit.
vegetables.
Yeah.
Like this kind of
Wow.
the vegetables.
That's amazing. Because it's a great variety of vegetables. You've got some cantaloupe, cauliflower, mushrooms, broccoli. So you have a great variety of vegetables, so especially for our vegetarian friends if you can't have, any beef, chicken. You have
Exactly.
tofu, eggs, so you're really able to get a really hearty dish.
Yes, like those kind of like the Japanese pumpkins, Japanese sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
So like you don't have that much chance to get it, or like the cognac. That is like a super healthy food.
And what is that?
That is kind of like that is really normal in Asian.
Yeah.
But this is a kind of like Asian plants, but it's chewy, so chewy. But some people like it, but some people not. So
Well, I'm always willing to try something, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. Beautiful.
So we also have one more thing. So as you guys see it, we have the pot. So after we finish, or like the 2 box, we also have the ramyens, like
Oh, okay.
so Japanese ramens. Then we're gonna use this juicy box.
Yep.
So we're
Hot
gonna
water, put the ramen in.
exactly. So you're gonna kind of have like a second round.
Wow. So it's all tied into each other.
Yes.
Wow. Now, aside from this style of cooking, you do the ramen. What other kind of dishes? You have bibimbap and...
Yeah, we also for the dish we also have like bibimbaps and ramens. Like basically this ramen is Japanese one. We also have like 100% corn noodle ramens.
Ooh.
That is a gluten free too.
Okay, today was the gluten-free option.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it.
So those kinds of things, like the doughs, as we know, is the first, but like for the 100% cooked noodles, it look like spaghettis, but
Yeah.
it's totally different flavors.
Yum.
So yeah,
Something new that I've
Exactly.
never tried before, but I would love to.
thank you.
Definitely. And could you tell us a little bit about what bibimbap is? If you haven't
Yeah.
tried it before, I absolutely love it. It's such a great warm dish to have.
Exactly. So bibimbap is like a traditional Korean dish. So we like a stone pot. That
Yes.
is super hot. So
Yes.
then we're gonna put like the rice, white rice, no matter what rice you want, and make like the rice crust.
Yes.
Then we have like every restaurant has like their own like ingredients. So we have more. So as we see, we have like
Yeah.
up to like 20 different things. So we have more fresh ones, so we can choose.
So you can customize what you're putting in the bowl.
We not like that because we are busy right now. So
Oh, okay. So we can't get too crazy.
yeah.
Stay on track.
Yeah, so we try to do like later on, whenever we like a bigger and bigger, we get like more steps.
Yeah.
Then like let the customer to customize like all the bibimbap
Sure.
thing. So yeah, like then we also have like a side. We have the spicy sauce. Its name is gochujang. So that is like the spicy Korean powders.
Yeah.
And like not like only powders. That is like a gochujang, spicy things. So all mixed together. So that the point of like the bibimbap is like always keeping hot until you finish.
Very hot. And that
Yeah.
stone bowl that it's served in is piping, so you really have to be careful when you're watching your fingers. You're not
Exactly.
burning yourself
Yeah,
on.
thank you.
But it does keep it very hot, and you know, it makes the bottom of the rice really crispy, so you're getting all different textures and flavors and spices in that dish. I absolutely love bibimbap.
Yes.
Yes. Now, the build out of your restaurant came out really beautiful. It's very welcoming. You have a nice fireplace. You have free Wi-Fi, so you're really welcoming guests to come in and settle in and be able to enjoy a nice meal.
Yes, that is kind of the one of our concept is like based on our name, lacquer. So
Yes.
tasty, exactly. We are the restaurant,
We
so
have tasty down.
yeah,
Yes.
all the food has to be tasty.
It has
so
to be.
nice. Yeah, for the customer service, we try to our best to be nice to our customers, and like the great, that is for whenever we ask and like a customers or you guys already like the loyal customer bring their friends to come here again. So I hope we can heard it from their friends. They say, "Oh, this is great place."
Yes.
So and
Great
like
word
the
of mouth.
fun, like those kinds of like
Yeah.
wood steaming things, you guys are first.
This
so
is very fun, right? So
Yeah.
especially it's an experience that I've never, had access to, especially being the first one in the whole country. This is going to be something, interactive that you can come with friends and family and enjoy. This is also, a lot of food. So bring all your friends and family. Definitely check out Lecker Barbecue right on historic Federal Hill on Atwells Avenue.
all right, yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much.
Definitely. Thank you so much for joining me today, Chef.
thank you so
I
much.
very much appreciate you bringing all of this tasty food, and I appreciate you sharing all of the thoughts with us today.
Oh yeah, thank you so much for having me today. And yeah, I really great like we can like have chance to like present like our order like a menu.
Yes.
So for like this holiday seasons.
Yes.
We also
What are we
have
doing?
we have like the special deals like for gift card like a 30% off. So if
Oh.
you just buy like $100 gift card, we only give you you only pay like a $70.
Oh, sounds like a
So-
deal.
Yes,
Is that too good to be true?
Exactly. And like we have like two private dining rooms. One can fit like the 15, one is another 30. So if we open the like a middle doors, we can fit like around like a 50 people.
Oh,
So,
wow. So you can really accommodate large parties, so holiday parties.
Exactly.
If you're trying to bring your whole extended family out for a holiday dinner, Lecker can definitely accommodate.
Yes.
Absolutely. Again, thank you so much for joining us today, Chef. Thank you all for tuning in. And please don't go anywhere because we have Kate Nagel coming up right at 4 o'clock. Take care.
Thank you so much.